I'm glad that Rita brought up the mother thing, the parenting thing, because I've been sitting here worrying for judgmental, dusting mother who's been sent away. Don't come back until you can be nice to me about my house that I'm happy living in.
And why have you worried about that?
I'm worried about it because I'd like her to be forgiven for not being in a position of being able to understand that the child is now in a position of having let all of that go. And maybe they could understand her not being in that position yet and feeling maybe she feels judged that she didn't bring you up properly because you're living in a house with dust. And you can say, but I love you, Mother, anyway, for that.
And all of what you just described to me is what I would call the natural love path. What people do, skipping over the real emotions. The real emotion, if your mother constantly criticises you, then it's an indication that she does not love you yet. Now that needs to be addressed. And if she's going to continually criticise you and expect to walk in your door, then you allowing her to walk in your door is also allowing all the criticism.
But if I was loving to her, I wouldn't let her consistently criticise me. I would say it straight away that...
And what if she just completely overrid that, and every time she walked in the door she still criticised you? What would you do then?
Okay, well that would probably be different if it
carried on. Well, that's what I'm describing.
Okay.
Does that make sense? If a mother constantly walks in the door, criticises you every single time, you've talked to her about it, and she still criticises you, she doesn't want to change. She doesn't want to become more loving, right? So what are you going to do about it?
Ban her, no, forgive her.
But can you see that you can ban her and forgive her?
You can do both.
Yeah.
One is about allowing unloving treatment of yourself, and the other is about giving the gift of forgiveness to her and yourself. Now, you may forgive her, but still say, you can't cross my threshold, Mum.
While this is happening.
I do love you, and that's why you can't. Because even if you've worked through everything about her criticism and it doesn't even affect you, you still allowing her to criticise you is actually allowing her to continue in a state of error that's not loving. The most loving thing to do is to confront the error.
Yeah. And the reason why you bring it up is because of your fear, because you're a mum.
Yeah, sure.
And you wouldn't like your children saying that to you.
Well, personally, I find it fine. I just think there's a big responsibility on parents.
I'm sorry, I can't agree you find it fine. Because if you found it fine, you would have no trouble with my initial comment.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?